Hi friends, this is Susan Smith with Stamp Creatively, and I have the Hey Chick bundle here. I wanted to show you a little bit of some of the things I've created with it. It's funny because when I went back to 2016, which is when this original set was in celebration, I found a card on my photos that almost looks exactly like this. Like I've held it in my head for all those years and created almost the exact same thing. So what Stampin' Up's come up with is this was one of the popular sets in 2016. So they came up with some fantastic dies to coordinate with it. They came up with a new Hey Birthday Chick stamp set and dies to coordinate with it. And I'll show you a few of the things I've created, and then I have a card I'm going to show you that I'm going to make at camp next week. So for my February birthdays, everybody is getting this card. It's got a great birthday, and there's some fun little chicks that I colored, and I punched this out with that postage stamp punch. Then I already showed you the fun one I made a duplicate of. What the heck? I mean, like I haven't changed my style for a while, I guess, with a pretty gold foil paper. And one moment, please let me mute my phone. Then I have this fun chick that says you're still a spring chicken, which I colored with blends. And I'm here in Indiana, and holy smokes, we got 10 inches of snow last night, so it's really cold. That was my son telling me what was going on in the snow at his house. And then this is the one we're going to make at camp, and I'm going to show you how I put it together. Woohoo! Super cute. Okay, so again, here's and you can go to my website, my demonstrator business website, or email me if you want details on how to purchase these items. My information is right here across the bottom. That's how you find me. I'm going to start off using a celebration item. I'm going to use the Field and Flowers Designer Series paper. That's the one I used. So the card I'm going to make you is going to be a little bit different than this one because I'm going to use a different Designer Series paper. So I've muted him on my phone, but now my iPad's going off with messages. No one wants to talk to me until I start to do this right. So first, I've stamped some of my fun little chicks on the basic white cardstock. I'm going to zoom in here just a little bit so you can see me just a little bit better. So you can see me coloring what I'm doing. Okay, now this is my trick because I swear I can't look at my laptop and what I'm doing. So if I get this in the right position, I can live right here on this paper and you can see what I'm doing and I don't have to keep looking over. Okay, so I took my cute little chicks, and I didn't want to do a bunch of coloring on them because that takes time at camp and all that kind of stuff. So I pulled some of I went ahead and used my regular markers. My Stampin' Right markers. Sometimes I use the blends, and sometimes I just want to use a marker because it's a little bit easier. So I pulled out some of the colors that are in the Designer Series paper because there's no reason for me to reinvent the wheel. I'll go with what Stampin' Up says. And the colors in the Designer Series paper are Bumblebee, Cherry Cobbler, Flirty Flamingo, Granny Apple Green, Just Jade, Misty Moonlight, Petal Pink, Pool Party, Poppy Parade, Pumpkin Pie, Shaded Spruce, and So Saffron. So basically all the colors that we have I can use. No, I'm kidding. There's just I have lots of options of colors that I can use. So I'm going to pull out some of my Stampin' Right markers to color these real quickly. Let me see if I can get rid of that nonsense. Okay. So what I'm going to do is color my chicks. And I took a little bit, this is the Bumblebee, and I'm just going to go over a little bit on the hands, do a beak. Oh no, maybe the beak should be, no, I've got Pumpkin Pie. I'll make a Pumpkin Pie beak. And then while I've got it here, I'm going to go ahead and do this one. And I'm going to do my cute little chick. And again, sometimes I use blends, sometimes I switch it up. I'm going to go ahead and do the cute little feet on everybody all at the same time, because it's just easier. So now we have a little red. Oh, and red here. It's always funny because when I go to mount these and look back at the colors, I don't always do it the same, because that takes too long to look. And I mean, really, who cares? We should have a lot of variety of color in our stuff. It just works better that way. There's the bumblebee. Light. Oh, I need a beak. I'm going to make my friend here with some crazy hair, because I can. I mean, these are my chickens. I can make them any color I want, and you can do the same. If you have chickens, you're probably going, what the heck does she think she's doing? Oh, I think I need some frosting on the cake, my cupcake. I'll make it this color. Okay, then I took my Wink of Stella, because I felt like my chicken should sparkle. And when you take a little bit of Wink of Stella over those Stampin' Right markers, it's going to blend the colors a little bit. So I have a little blending color going on here, which is not ever a bad thing. I'm going to get my chicken. We're going to make her sparkly. I'm going to go over to this one and make it sparkly. She's kind of my size chicken. I had my grandkids here the last couple of days, and so here's my little chick. Okay, cute. This is going to go on the inside, which I'll show you in just a second. This one, I'm going to run it through the little boss for you, the mini boss. And what I'm going to show you is, it comes with all of these plates, and on the plates they tell you how to use it. But this is the tip and trick that I found so far. So this one shows me it's for the dies. So I'm going to use this and 2 of these. But I found if I stagger the front of these and they're not stacked exactly on top of each other, then I get a smoother glide. So I'm going to put my dies. I mean, I know some of you don't like a die because you like to cut. Me, nope, I'll just use the die. I don't need to cut. I'm going to slide my little friend here this way. It's got this party hat. Everybody looks better with a party hat. Then it's going to go like this, right through my mini boss. I had mini bosses here all weekend. I'm the big boss. They had I had mini bosses. At least, you know, if you have grandkids, you get it. Okay, so there's my cute little chicks all cut out with the dies. I've used some other dies, but I've already cut those. So now we're going to do the sum assembly required of my fun little birthday card. You know, I say I live right here, but then I move myself. Okay, so what I've done is I have, and again, I did it a little bit different. Same DSP, just used some different colors. 5.5 by 4 1/4. 4 by 5 1/4. Got my Seal Plus. I'm going to run it right on here. Put these right on top of each other. Oh, before I do that, I took a 1-inch piece and I tucked it under. And that's my little flap. So I laid that down, flapped that over. That's a little long, so I'm just going to snip it off. Then I'm going to adhesive the back of this. I'm going to use my Seal Plus. I'm going to center that and put it down. I'm going to lay this piece, which is, these are both the same size. I've got 3.5 by 4 3/4. I'm going to lay this down right here over the top. Come on, friend. I'm going to take this piece that's 4 1/4, 3 1/4 by 4.5. Put it right over the top. So there's my cute little chicks in there. Now we're going to symbol the front by, when I use these, I like to put a little bit of our adhesive strips on the back because they just make me happy. So I have my little rail, my paper piercing tool, which is fantastic. I'm going to pull this up. I didn't put a long enough piece on here, so I'm going to add a glue dot to the end to make sure my fence rail, come on glue dot, sticks all the way down. Put it across the bottom. I'm going to have my other fence rail. I'm going to take this off. And this is going to be a little bit too long. I'm just going to snip it. I have my happy birthday. But when I put my happy birthday on, it still looked a little plain to me, so I decided I would add some balloons. So what I did was I took our fabulous balloon punch. I punched a black one. And then I punched one out of the designer series paper. I layered them on. And then I needed these balloons to have a tail. So I took, this is a one of the ribbon packs, and it's the Forever Greenery. And what I do is I tie a knot in this and then snip it and tie a knot in this one. Tie one up here. I'm going to tie a second one up here. And then I'm going to double glue dot it. I'm going to put a glue dot on the bottom and on the top, and then just tuck it under there. Oh, this one's a little long. It's okay. We can have a long trail to our balloon. And then I took this little bow. We have this adorable little bow tie in part of the dies. So I took that, and I'm going to scrunch this up a little and stick the bow tie right on those two. I'm going to add my cute little chicks. And I mean, I just had several February birthdays, so this was such a cute set to use for my birthdays. I'm sure my friends will not complain. And then it was almost done. Oh, here's my happy birthday. Pull this right off. I love this little brush with the paper piercing tool at the other end. It's fantastic when I'm die cutting. I'll put this guy on here. And then it was still a little plain. So in my mist bottle, I have I take the frost white paint and put some paint in with alcohol, and then I totally sparkle the front of my cards. And it's especially fantastic on black. So you can see, can you see? Oh, this way, come on. Oh my gosh, stay over the paper. See the sparkles? There you go. So if you think you need some fun birthday chicks, contact me. Have a great day. Thanks for joining me. Stay warm wherever you are.